It's gone. You killed it. You killed it, Chippy.
Now we're out.
No, it's exactly the same.
No, it's not.
It's going to be slightly shifted if you were to put the two next to each other on a film strip.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Anyways,
Cut that out.
so, so you guys are, what are you doing? You just got this, the stuff from Scrawl. You're headed back down. Yeah, that's what I meant. You drop the stuff off. You still have a piece of the stone.
Yeah.
It's a much smaller rock, but it is a rock. That is why I told you to trust me. Because before the rock you had was roughly about, to put it free, about yay big. It's a big rock. Big rock. And now, you have about a rock fit in your palm of your hand. So you still have something.
I put it in my pocket, or something that's equivalent to a
and
pocket.
now that song is stuck in my head. I got $20 in my pocket. I'm gonna rip some tags. Now it's stuck in my head. Thanks for that, Chippy. Yeah, whatever the hell. I don't keep.
Okay, so we go back out.
Where are you headed back to your base, or are you go? You're with the dragon. You're gonna walk down. She can fly down.
But the opening is covered with poop. Remember?
Yes, this is true. You have to make a jump check. So if you guys are going down, I need you to make a Constitution check.
Okay. Hit me too.
Austin's fine.
I put my stuff. +2.
How much?
+2.
Oh, +2. You're fine.
And now the dragon. I'm guessing the dragon's gonna be fine. Yeah, the dragon's totally fine. 19. I knocked myself.
You get down to the bottom. Give me like 30 seconds to try and come up with something.
I'm gonna go to the forge because I still have to make stuff.
Okay.
Because we skipped the entire time I was making stuff.
Oh, do you want to backtrack a little for that?
I just want to figure out if I actually did the stuff.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I was supposed to make.
So Bobby didn't write down that you made anything, I take it?
Because we skipped it, yeah.
What did you want to make? Hammers, wasn't it?
Throwing weapons, so throwing axes.
Go throwing hammers.
Yeah.
I like throwing hammers. I make LARPing throwing hammers, so I could just.
Yeah, I was gonna go with shuriken, but the axes might be better.
The axes would be better. They take far less amounts of skill to use. They're bigger range to hit, and they're not exotic weapons, which you have to have special things to use.
You always get it stuck in someone's forehead. I'm gonna be a lumberjack.
With people's bodies.
Yep.
But
I have to make throwing stuff. An adamantium weapon of some kind. Adamantine. Weapon of some kind.
Is anyone else getting hungry?
Slowly, yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind stopping. We could just maybe jump over to the. Wow, for some reason I almost called 7-Eleven Red Arrow. The 7-Eleven for some food.
Right.
Would you guys be up for that? Will I try and think of more stuff for you guys to do and whatnot? Sure. And we can, or do you want to do, let's do your adamantine stuff first. So, you have a total of, we're going to say roughly about a month and a half total, because we had some other stuff on the exterior-ish of it. I mean, if you go a little bit over, I'm not going to penalize you on that, that's fine. So I want you to, you can just roll a general craft check if you'd like. Because you have craft weapon, right?
I have nothing. Keep going back.
It should be craft weapon.
You had me write down smithing. Armor smithing and weapon smithing.
I think that Bobby would have done that. I've never heard of a craft smithing.
Yeah.
Bobby probably had to do it. So that's fine though. Yep. Roll it and add a +2 because you are being given aid by Zug.
I love teasing you. It's fun.
Oh my god, you're such a horrible woman.
Well, it's my. Because their evil is slowly rubbing off on me, and it's manifesting this way.
This is the only way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back
there.
to.
It's right there.
I'm gonna go back to Jared's plan of the meteorite that just yells tease. She has an orc, who has a hots for her character, and she's just continuously, basically being a tease to get him to do stuff for her. And so Jared And so Jared suggested I just have her roll a reflex save. Why? Just roll it. She rolls it. You fail, and a meteorite comes down, and right before it hits you, it just yells, "Jeez!" and then hits you. That is what he suggests I do. So roll your craft check.
14.
Plus your craft smithing.
10.
That's 10?
10.
24,
Plus 2, 26.
in the time span I gave you, it would just barely be close, but you, I would say you couldn't make, so, we're gonna say you have the club, I'm gonna say with Zug's help, you made, what were you trying to make with the adamantine? What specifically?
Probably another greatsword.
So 2 greatswords, 1 cold iron, 1 adamantine? You can coat his weapon in the adamantine. So I'm going to say, since you were doing that, I'm going to give you you can write down, you have it has no bonuses, it's only masterwork. So, a masterwork, cold iron greatsword. And right now you don't have it, but, put down under the notes for, Ryger's sword, put down adamantine. I didn't want to, I realized that I'm like, hey, let's, once again, right as Chibi's doing her thing, let's leave. So, like, well, probably. So, at any point, where are you guys going to be returning to your rooms? Well, when you reach your room, you open your door, I assume, and you find a small letter on the inside of your door. Like it was slipped underneath the door. And
I don't need like a spot for that, right?
No,
just whatever.
It's a letter. It's no challenge, so you can assume a nat 20. If there's no challenge to something, with the exception of there's a few exceptions, but with rare exception, you could, if there's no difficulty, you can assume a nat 20.
All right.
Do you read the letter?
I'm a bit hesitant, but I pick up the letter and open it.
It says inside of it, I'm trying to think of the location I want. Come to the fountain behind the Capitol at midnight. Tell no one.
I suppose I tell no one and head there.
Well, at midnight.
At midnight.
While we're waiting,
So,
Chibi. As you go into the forge, Zug looks and smiles kindly at you. Letter came for you. He hands you a letter. Very well, he opens the letter. Nothing happens. Gee, I wonder what the letter's gonna say.
We're just like expecting something to blow up.
No, it's because fire. And
Oh,
very,
you
very,
would
very
ignite
warm.
the page. I didn't even think
Yes.
of that.
It's like,
But he holds it in front of himself, like that, so you can read. And it says the same thing.
okay. Weird. Does it say anything from who?
No.
No.
Who is it? God's. Midnight comes. I assume you. Yes, you.
Leave the letter on my bed just in case Bob comes back or something. Head there.
Well, why would Bob go to your room?
I don't know.
If you want to go.
If he's looking for me, he'll probably look there. So I didn't actually tell anyone.
Leaving traces.
You could leave the message in Bobby's room at the Temple of Asmodeus.
Whatever.
For Bobby's eyes only, right? On it? Something?
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. So you go, and outside, you see someone you recognize. The head of spies.
Oh.
Weird.
The head of a member of the High Council. You're human, right?
Yes.
Chibi's Ashcat, so it's fine. And there's a dragon. And you hear him whisper, I told you to tell no one.
I told no one. No words escaped my lips. You just put it on paper.
Not the most secretive ways of telling people, you know.
Anybody could open it, the letter.
You want a DM?
No, that's what my character said.
Very well.
I could
You see, I am trying
We're very sad.
to make a, shall we say, a power play within the council. And I need to hire you to kill someone. Pretty simple. I need someone that is not part of the set organization, for many of my men do hold some loyalty to the man I wish you to strike down.
Who is this you want us to get rid of?
I'm the treasurer.
The general dead.
With him dead, there's I can make a play for his position, and then I hold both spots.
One can do that? Interesting.
With the proper influences, yes.
What makes you so certain you can trust us? Or that we can complete this task?
You've done a number of things that the council, and this is important for you guys to know, you've done a number of things that the council themselves have strongly, vehemently said missions you should not have been sent on. We did not believe you could complete, and you did anyways. And I know that you have
so little faith.
And I know that you will work for whoever's paying the bill.
This is true.
Well, now I'm paying the bill, and I know I'm also paying you for secrecy.
I suppose we can do that. You'll also need some extra pay for the risk of betraying the capital.
Oh, betraying is such a bad word. It's not like we're striking down all the council, just one. For someone high risk like that, 20,000 should be enough.
Each? Agreed.
30,000 for both of you.
Alright. Dragon not included, of course.
Yeah, well, she's not interested in her, which is weird because she's a dragon. But
yeah.
It's like she's gonna protect it either way because it's partly hers.
Yeah.
It's the group, so it's partly hers.
What, the money? No, this is all
Gold.
mine. Alright.
You don't have your fire protection yet. You have to share with the dragon. Always become food for the dragon.
So, you accept the mission?
Yeah. So, how do you want us to carry out this task? Or is it just
That's left up to you guys.
Alright. Did you have any kind of... did you want this to remain a secret about his death? Did you want it at a certain time?
I would prefer it if the cause of death would be a mystery, but that also includes simply just killing him and making sure they don't find the body.
I see.
As for a time frame, well, within the next 2 weeks would be most beneficial to me.
Just make him disappear?
Essentially.
That volcano of ours is still active, correct? Alright. So we depart then?
Yes.
I assume we're getting paid after the job is done?
Yes.
Probably not.
He poofs away. Poof.
What do you want you to do?
We're gonna gather information on the general's routine.
Rope.
You're gonna probably have to make some disposable weapons later.
4? 19?
19. So
Make that better.
you know his general routine.
General routine.
That's a good one. Which is typically he's very the only time that he's not with someone that you actually care about, anyway, that you actually would worry about, is when once he finally reaches home, at which point he is with his wife and children. Child, I say child, who is training to be a fighter. A 13-year-old boy. Well, you know what? Not even. 7-year-old boy.
Adorable.
So it could have been 20.
Yeah. But so he's a 7-year-old boy.
He keeps dropping stuff.
Old enough to remember.
Yeah, I do that. It's a thing. Yeah, old enough to remember and identify you.
Yep.
Which is a bad thing. He could have been 1. But he's not. So it's a slight something to overcome. It's the only time that
You probably should have asked the
not with
rural
at least a guard or 2. It's an evil capital. He probably doesn't care. As long as you get to do it within the specifications of the mission, he probs doesn't care.
Do we know where he lives?
Yes. Other than that, he's typically with them. The only other opportune anyways, time for you to strike would probably be when he's in the war room, in which he speaks to those beneath him. If you were to try and kill him in one, you could try to kill him in one strike. At that juncture, he is more relaxed and calm. Maybe perhaps once they leave.
Do we know like his level, or anything to that?
Roll an appraise check.
An appraise.
Yep. Roll d20 and add it to your appraise. Ooh, not bad.
Plus probably 2.
High rolls when it's not in
22.
I know, right? 22. You know that he is. I don't know how to word it in game, but you know that he is essentially a level. I'm gonna say a level 8. I'm debating on fighter or warrior.
So he's basically just above us.
A little. But there's 3. Dan, you have a dagger on. You have a dagger on. I'm gonna say a level 8. I'm trying to decide if I want warrior or fighter. I'm gonna say fighter because he's barely above you and you have a dagger on, as I said.
So what are you thinking? I'm thinking we should go about this a couple of ways.
Burn his house down.
Yeah, I was thinking burn him alive in some way. We could do that when he's sleeping at his house. That'd cause family casualties. I'm not too against it, but doesn't really need to be done. We could do it in the war room.
Once you know that he spends a few minutes collecting his thoughts and going over the strategies that they discussed in the war room after everyone has left.
That's good. I'm not good.
By the time you've done your recon, you have also received a message from Scrawl saying that your work is complete.
Yay!
So I guess we should.
Yeah, you're gonna need your fire protection if you're gonna go with that.
Yeah. And now I have 2 cloaks now, or maybe even 3.
Cloaks, I have
Just
declared
combined.
that they kind of meld together into a singular
So you like
thing.
put it on.
I gave
and then
mine
put
to
the second
Scrawl.
one on,
and
like,
he did
Yeah,
his thing.
exactly. They're one singular thing.
Yes.
I don't care.
So, Barnabas. And was it resist?
So it was a cloak with 20 fire resistance. So at that juncture, honestly, yeah, I don't know why you need greater. There's not much short of jumping in the lava yourself. There's nothing that's
Which
really.
we have someone else who can do that.
Yeah, there's nothing that most likely is going to do more than 20 fire damage to you. It's going to be 25. It's going to be probably less than that, and then we YOLO Spagans.
Yep. All right.
You sure there's no like sprinkler system in there, right?
They don't have a concept of that.
Okay. No way to put out the fire. That's good.
Well, I mean, the room is stone, so igniting the entire room would be difficult. Since you have a dagger on, you can kind of just be like, boom. If I knew the Skyrim words for the flaming breath, I would quote them, but I don't.
Oh,
There's your war room.
all right.
Not too much in the way of sneaking within it, but outside of it, there's a lot of ways.
I'd like to get in contact with the. What's this?
We're gonna be in the
Lord
lobby.
of Spies?
You
Lord of
sneak in.
Spies. See if I can get an escort and an alibi. So have him like,
What do you mean by escort? What kind of escort?
meaning, walk with him down the halls, have an excuse to be there, so no one questions seeing us leave or enter, rather.
So what, are you going to his chamber or what?
Well, like this is all I know. This is room.
Well, there's that.
What else is inside the building?
It's a regular day. Well, what time are you waiting till night? Are you waiting what? Because at this point you're waiting until he's in there with his other lessers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be towards the afternoon. There's going to be less people, but there's still people. Regular guards patrolling, as they always do, night and day. Council's probably finishing up their meetings now. So, I mean, your best bet, you also roll an intelligence check. I mean, real quick. Okay.
Plus intelligence modifier?
Yeah.
2, 17.
You mean 12?
What do I roll?
10.
Oh. Oh, I thought I got a 15.
No, you
Oh,
got
12.
That's fine now. You also recognize that directly, if you get into his room with someone knowing that you're going into his room, it might raise suspicion as to why you're going there. And when the general dies, there's a whole
Yeah.
link. So your best bet would be to sneak through there. You can sneak through the halls though. You don't even need it. You just gotta get in and get out. If you can roll a high enough sneak both times, you're fine. And if you do it right, no alarm will be raised.
Right. Chibi, I'd like to borrow your necklace of divine guidance.
Chibi can activate it at any point.
Alright.
So, and I let her, out of game, I let her do that, even if she's not, like, next to you, knowing what you're doing.
So me and the dragon
The dragon and I.
And
The dragon and I.
the dragon and I. Whatever, grammar. Where are the ways in and out of this room?
Oh, my apologies, I did not say doors.
There's one.
Hmm?
The very little one. Right there.
No. That is far too... There we go.
Double door.
And
Fancy.
that pulls open. That is the main exit. There's also, on this side, I'm going to say there is a very large window up top. A large stained glass window that... Dragon. I'm going to replace that.
Is it able to be opened?
No, it's stained glass. So I guess she can actually fit through there as a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very difficult for a dragon to sneak.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Because, you know, bag rots.
So just you two?
Well, you can come if you want, but you're gonna have to do another sneak check. Or sneak and hide and whatever.
You also, you're agents of the capital, so, I mean, it's not like people will exceedingly... A guard walking by might question it, but passersby will not.
Right.
So, really, you would only have to sneak if a guard walked by. What are you doing?
We enter and head towards the war room.
Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna roll.
See what happens.
Yeah, see. A guard does indeed walk by. So you hear the roll listen checks for me. Clanking of the armor of the guard, so you know it's a guard.
Someone's coming!
And there's all kinds of furnishings and whatnot around for which you can hide behind.
Hiding. Everybody hide.
There's also rooms. If you'd like to. What are you doing before you roll? That was a 19. What are you doing?
I was hiding.
Okay, 19 on your hide plus. What's your hide?
14.
Yeah, you're hidden. Chibi, what are you doing?
Hiding.
7.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that? And he runs down. He sees you. Austin's like,
Ninja.
yeah, faded into the wall.
What about the dragon?
I'm forgetting to be a suit of armor.
Nah, she's seen as well.
We shouldn't have to that.
Hold on. So the dragon...
Do we know guards typically?
2 max.
Oh.
You could kill him.
So if we needed to kill him and drag him and burn his body with him.
Yeah.
Or probably just, we'd have to... Could the dragon eat him?
She'd have to take full form, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, she's going to make a bluff check and try and flirt her way out of it.
She's taking after Sage.
A little bit. But she's also really hot. So I'm going to give her an alternate charisma of actually a modifier of 2. Flirts her way out of it, basically flirts her way past the guard, you know, feigning the lost princess type thing, just trying to find her way through this big scary dungeon looking place, and he points her up how to get out back the way you guys came, and she thanks him and goes off on her way, and as he leaves, she's going to peek around the corner and come back. Chibi, you were already there. Chibi, you followed her because you were with her, and you just kind of looking at.
Yeah, the door didn't.
And Austin fades out of the wall and drops like a ninja. How high was that? That's 19. That's a 33. That's a 33 hide. That's not too shabby. He's not quite fade into the wall, but that's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, I would just go by myself, but I need a dragon to burn the corpse.
He like became a cat in a liquid, and therefore slid behind like a furnishing that only had this much space. So you've already used your divine guidance. You can wait until tomorrow and take it and take another stab at it if you want. You still can leave now. It's up to you guys. I'm not saying, oh, you really should, because I think you can do. I think you can pull it off. But if you want to be safe, it's up to you.
We're already this far.
We're not that far. We're like 2 feet from the door.
You're down a few hallways.
Well, let's locate it and then.
All right, let's just do some scouting for today.
Yep.
So, roll your moves silently as you peek through the peephole of the room. That's why I suggested it. That singularly right
16.
there. Wow, not too shabby. You're still not noticed. What's yours, Chibi?
15 plus 6.
Okay, you're fine. You're neither
20.
of you are heard. As you peek in through the peephole of the keyhole of the room there, you see them conversing, and they're just finishing up now. AKA, they're getting up to leave.
What do you think? Take him up now or go back?
Well, they're getting up to leave, so you either have to kill all of them, which you can try, or you know,
We can hide.
Transform,
Try hiding
open
again.
the door, and breathe.
20 health piece, and it's probably gonna do a lot. Maybe, yeah, about 20 health piece.
But it'll cause noise.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should take this silently. All right, want to head back?
Yep.
All right, we exit.
Exit stage left. So
we probably won't be able to pull that stunt again if it's the same guard. I'd like to gather information on the guard schedules.
now you're getting clever.
You're using your intelligence.
Dang it. 7 plus 4, 13.
You know the rough schedule. You don't know the specific times. You know that they tend to like to switch every 6 hours, I'm gonna say. So 6 a.m., noon, 6 p.m., midnight. They switch. 4 shifts total. And he typically leaves around about 5-ish. Is when he's from about 4:30-ish to 5-ish. He's in the room, so they're not going to be switching shifts until after your time.
An hour after he's gone.
Yeah, half an hour to an hour, yeah, or an hour and a half to an hour after he's gone.
Alright.
So it doesn't end. Switching shifts would be a small window, anyways.
Can we get there and hide and just wait till they leave and then go in?
If you roll high enough hides, yeah.
Like,
Or just hide in a room and wait.
I was considering hiding underneath the table.
Yeah, if everyone's gone, you could easily. I'm gonna say there's a big tapestry underneath the table, but if anyone looks, I mean, you're kind of boned.
Yeah.
That would be I would roll. That would be about a 5% chance. I would roll on these.
What would you have to roll for a 5% chance?
95 or higher.
All right. I would get it too.
I'd probably do a 94 to 99 because 100 is a crit success as well as a 69. So 49 to 99. I'd roll.
I was also thinking, stained glass window, 30 feet. A dragon could fire breath pretty easily right there, but it's shadow window.
Way up here. It's
okay.
Very high. She could break through and like come down, but then people would be like, "Oh my God, the dragon!" And then his death wouldn't exactly be. Which again, you know that wouldn't be too bad, but.
All right, I think I'm gonna head in at noon when the guards switch shifts.
It's a small window, but it is a window.
And hide in the war room. Is there anything in here besides the table?
There's large tapestries you could try to hide behind. It'd be a higher hide check, honestly, frankly, than under the table. Under the table is your best bet at that juncture.
Under the table.
There's also. Yeah, I'm actually gonna set him back a little bit because there's a nice big throne.
There actually is a throne here somewhere.
Yes, there is. There's a large.
Oh wait.
That's a little bit large.
Yeah, might be a bit big.
That's for a large creature. There is a smaller throne somewhere. I do not know where, but there is a smaller throne. You can actually see too that there's 2 statues. Do we have to find the other statue?
It's like an altar. Oh, there it is.
No, you made it as an altar that you defiled. The 2 statues, which you could try and hide behind a statue. if you hide behind a tapestry, there's a large tapestry going from one side to the other back there. If you hid behind over towards the corner, that would probably might be best.
Well, he think we should head in, have the dragon under the table, since that's the easiest spot to hide, and I'll hide behind a statue. Since
this sounds like the start of porno. the sexy dragon's hiding under the table. They find her and they need to punish her. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop now.
Okay.
We have the recording now.
Yeah, we have it recorded.
What? It was a joke. Relax.
Yeah, it's gotta be impartial, bro.
Is
Impartial-ish. As impartial as a person can be.
Do you know that if the room will be clear at noon?
Yes, they typically start around 1, I'm gonna say. So the room until then, on special occasions, it's a room. It's important that they keep it open and available for use at any time. If there's something big happens, he needs somewhere to speak to his men privately very quickly. That's where it's gonna be. But so you're gonna go in. I need you to roll. Encounter anyone at noon. Okay.
20 something, 22.
Yeah, you're good. You get the lock, and then you need to relock it. So at that,
Yeah.
have you do a
Sure.
second open lock.
Yeah.
This time with a much lower CR,
My
you're
dragon.
trying to relock it. Yeah, you're good. You relock the door behind you, and so is yeah, the dragon. The dragon is Chibi. Are you hiding with them?
Yep,
Where are you hiding?
with the dragon.
Underneath the table.
Alright.
You're hiding behind there, right?
Yeah.
You know you have to sit still and perfectly quiet for like 5 hours.
Take a nap. I have to take off my necklace.
You're still pretty warm.
Yeah, will you burn the table?
No.
No, if I take
Not-
off my necklace, it's fine. I'll be cold, but I'll have a dragon.
As you're sitting
So-
there, one of them comments at one point, "My God, it's warm in here, isn't it? This is strangely warm." Yeah, so it's a little weird.
It must
They
be a
can
hot day.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Not say. Jimmy, don't be that stupid. I mean, you're a fighter, but fighters aren't
But,
that
you know.
stupid.
You are sloth. You're probably okay with laying under a table all day.
Yep, not moving.
Being like hashtag YOLO Swagums. Which roll? Let's hope that you don't. I don't get a 90. What 94 to 99? 89. Close, but
That
you
was
are
close.
safe. They do not. At one point, he brushes against you. What's that? And continues. So 4:30-ish comes around, and they have concluded their meeting. You've learned some interesting secrets, which because I assume Bobby's going to be the one to look a little bit deeper, unless you guys want to try, about what they're doing with their military. Because this is supposed to be a very secretive room
Yeah.
that you guys have infiltrated. And they're gonna... Lizzie... Why do I keep doing that?
Yeah, I wish.
He's just kind of... as you peek out from the curtain, you see him. He's just kind of staring at his paper there. He's at the paper because it's one of those big tables that has like these figurines, so he can move his armies from place to place and whatnot. His name is Ario.
The general.
Yes, the general. A-R-A-O. How do you pronounce that? Ario, I think.
Like a
He's
cookie.
actually pretty short. He's only 5'2".
Napoleon complex.
He's
Yeah, who's gonna sneak attack first? Yeah, I assume you would have planned this out beforehand.
I planned that, Chibi. You should go back and lock the door.
As she steps out, he's going to notice her.
Yeah, I know. After we make the attack,
Oh, okay.
or at least block the entrance in some way. I'm going to go behind, get a backstab. The dragon's gonna come out. Do the backstab. The dragon should come out. Can we do it at the same time?
Your move silently as you sneak out.
the dragon keeps me awake because I fell asleep.
Oh, plus
14.
yeah, 33. You do make it. You manage to and you stab him in the back. So roll your 5d6 total.
Yep.
Plus
3.
so 20 damage. That's pretty freaking a lot, actually.
The dragon should jump out in front of the table. To
Well, now we roll initiatives,
Yeah. Okay. So.
and now I do need to see the general, Chibi, and the dragon. Sarah.
So is the dragon flanking him or no?
Almost.
I'll say. I'm gonna say actually, as she steps out, she's gonna transform. So yes.
Just one comes out and a dragon appears from
Yeah, and a dragon just comes out from your table. That's pretty much your worst nightmare. It starts off as your fantasy and turns into your nightmare.
A dragon just pops out between your legs.
Yeah, no, the table is now knocked over. The table is knocked over because she shapeshifted as she came out.
Wonder if this is... No. I was hoping it'd be destroyed table afterwards.
Is it like...
Yeah, the table's on its side. Yeah, he says this after he stabbed him in the back, literally. So, you're stabbing him again?
Yeah.
Still
20.
Oh, no,
20 again. Yeah.
So
damage you can do.
He is very bloodied. You're already he's dead.
Can I take the action of the day thing?
Your action point, yes.
I'd like to Can I run away?
You'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
Can I tumble away?
Do you have a tumble?
Yes.
Then yes.
I like to tumble.
DC 15.
So I need a 1.
Why is your tumble
I have
14? Oh god. If you get a 1, it's a botch. So yeah, assuming you don't botch. Yes. So what are you doing? How far?
Just out of breath range of the dragon.
Oh, so because of her locale, that is going to be here. And actually, I'm going to say here would probably be better.
And I'd like to drop my rapier to draw my bow, just in case.
As you're running. Next is the general's turn, and he sees a dragon in front of him, so guess what he's going to do? Can you see? First attack misses, second attack hits. Damage is... And damage like she cares.
Takes it like a boss.
Pretty much. She's kind of YOLO swaggins at that juncture. So after him, it's Chibi's turn. Chibi, run to lock the door. Do you have open lock at all?
You can just probably stand guard if you want.
Yeah, just kind of bar the door.
Dexterity. So.
Well, do you have the skill?
Just bar the door.
Yeah, like no door.
Pretty much.
No escape.
He has not yelled yet because I didn't think of it, and he should have, but he didn't.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
I should have and totally forgot.
I regret running away. What? What do you say?
That's my fault. So, then we go to the dragon. So she's gonna use her breath of attack, which is utterly devastating to him, considering, I'm going to tell you now, because she's probably about to kill him, he has only 10 health left.
No fire damage.
I'd like to say how much damage I've done this round.
That's true, you've done 40 damage. 40 damage, like my god.
Yep, you almost completely killed him.
I'm good
in one shot.
When it's my territory, which is sneak attack.
You could have actually taken your...
I probably could have killed him, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably should have, just because he could have screamed. That would have been smart.
Yeah, you should have used your action point instead of moving to,
stab him in the face again.
3 attacks in like 12 seconds.
I would have botched.
No, that's a 6-second period.
6 seconds.
Maybe 12 because he came out, stabbed him, and then it started. But so yeah, in about maybe an 8-second period, just. Yeah, he's dead.
That was fast.
Well, now you have to get the body out of there without people knowing. Oh, and you're burning him to complete ash, right? So, she's going to...
keep doing that.
Yeah, she kind of crouches down and breathes a less roaring heat and more of just a consistent... And to cook it, to burn him alive.
Could Chibi put her necklace on him? Would that do anything?
That would just make him very warm. Plus, at this juncture, he's a skeleton. She's just trying to burn the bones.
And I'm just going to guard
because if you can burn his ashes, then they can't... Bobby would probably correct me and say, yes, they could, but, you know, if he burns, you should probably take a buttload of... Because you should probably take his ashes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, then, that way, if you sweep it up properly and get most, if not all, of his ashes, first of all, no one's really going to know. She catches the tapestry on fire, which is slightly curious.
And the table.
And the table's flipped over.
You can just kind of burn everything. Burn down the room, say it was a wildfire when the table candle fell over.
Scorch the table a little bit.
But so yes, so that's what I recommend, taking the ashes with you. After about a minute, he's nothing but ashes.
And
Chibi turns and burns the table.
some fires all around. Make it look realistic.
There's tapestries everywhere.
Chibi, you have fire hands. You go pick up the ashes, the smoldering ashes.
And put them in what?
I give you my bag of holding. So that I can use it.
Yeah, you can just kind of throw it in. That basin, like he said, that basin, it would basically continue to increase in mass until it literally fell through the earth.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend putting it in your bag of holding. But I'm saying, literally, I do this for simplicity's sake. Weight still matters. Volume does not. And I'm gonna say that it doesn't matter. Period. You can put anything you want in there. It can hold it. If you can fit it through the opening in the bag. It's an infinite bag of holding. So put them together. Put one bag in the other, and good things happen. Put it in. So now you guys have to slip out of there.
All right.
So
we're gonna. So is it like a hallway like this?
Yes, you can also wait. You know that it is very unlikely someone will come in, because they assume the doors are that once he's left, the doors are closed and locked. No one really checks. There's no. People wouldn't. There's a log as people go in and out, and whatnot. But no one would really question. Oh, I guess he's just spending the day a little later. Whatever. Honey badger. Oh, do you wish to see what was on him?
Yes. I assume that I would have pickpocketed, whatever it's called, looted him, or we burned.
We'll say before we'll say that. I'm gonna say that all that's left is his gold. So I'm not gonna give you guys any item.
It probably burned when she flame breathed him.
No, because his clothing would. The items might not. And if she sees them, she would stop. He's already dead, so she would stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm being very generous and saying no. So he's a CR8, which is actually going to be some nice stuff.
Anything in the room worth taking that isn't burnt?
No. Tapestry. Not too much more time to do other stuff. Yes, how is his stuff? Deal with it. Can I have my stones back, Chibi?
What?
Oh.
So, anything bad happened to the people that we sabotaged the goods of?
I had not gotten to that, so
Okay.
I'm gonna
It
say
might not happen for a little while.
The people you sabotage their goods, they're wiping their brow. Huh? They're wiping their brows because they made a contract with the general.
Just being polite.
Do your work.
They had a contract with the general himself, and since he's now dead, they're just kind of like, oh, thank God.
Well, they don't know he's dead.
Well, I assume we're going next day, day after. They found out they figured out that he's missing.
Be with the general, not the army.
Yeah, but the general was one that hammered out the specifics, and now
Oh,
there's
I
not
want to
someone.
piss off that one house. The one that actually makes the weapons.
Yeah, the house number 1 is pretty pissed.
House number 3 is like,
Yeah, it's like, thank you, God. Because their shipment, although they still, Nathan is still putting pressure on them to make sure that they get weapons, the iron in, and they're scrambling to try and find a
Supplier.
Or well, a new mine, basically. They're more not new, but a new more iron.
better way to,
Yeah.
better supply. There's not that much left in that mine, I take it.
Yeah, there wasn't that much, and because you guys took it all.
So you guys killed the general?
Yeah, the dragon. They hid underneath his war table.
Should be in the dragon.
They hid underneath his war table.
I was behind
and
the
just laid
statue.
there silently.
I fell asleep.
And then once everyone else had left, while the general was still there contemplating, he came out and stabbed him in the back twice, because
row.
he went first, so he stabbed him in the back twice. As
40
Chibi went and
damage.
guarded.
Okay.
Did 40 damage. It's pretty good.
So, as an aside, I think we should kill the spy master as well. Really throw things into chaos.
Yeah, they're already scrambling to figure out what to do with their armies, because now essentially Nathan's trying to take over, but he's not exactly general. I mean, he's smart, but he's not in general. He's not one for that type of thing. He's managing, but
Well, there's probably other people who can step up. The problem is that all the corruption the guy was involved with probably just coming to head now.
Yeah, basically. Just trying to think of exactly what I want to do. you learn that he, it has now come to light that he was taking some of the prisoners of war and bringing them into the slave trade.
That's fine.
Which, yeah, they don't typically care too much about, but he was kind of pocketing the money himself.
He wasn't actually giving his share to the he wasn't
Yes.
Right.
He was doing it behind the capital's back, which they don't care if you do that, they care that you do it behind their back. Which makes them very not happy pandas.
Did
these
we
are
collect
sitting,
our reward?
Yes.
Yes, you collect your reward. They got 30,000 gold for it. Yeah, he put up a he put up a steep number because he wanted to make sure that they did it very, very quietly.
Yeah, well, we need to kill this spy master, otherwise we're going to lose our shot for taking the city.
Yep.
We don't want them. We don't want one faction to consolidate.
I figured you want as much.
Do you try to kill him when he gives us the money?
We haven't collected yet.
Oh, yeah,
Would that be a good
Oh,
time?
he'd have the money by then.
Well, how much time do you have left?
Till what? Till we collect?
So I have to leave?
Yeah.
About 10-15 minutes max.
Okay, then we can do that another day.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Sorry about that, guys. But
Work or
Huh?
other commitment.
I got a buddy of mine at home, back at my house, and I told him I'd be here for a while, but he's just like, "What's going on, man?" So.
It's all good.
Let me pull up
The little cash we got.
Yep, so that's your stuff there.
And we're done for the day.
Yeah.